overriding new rules, though, is to look for and avoid areas of unintended consequences. Are there any in these new rules? Well, that's something we're not going to know for a while. Nor do these rules guarantee that we're going to get through 2025 without controversy. These teams are always looking for an edge, and that just about ensures that somebody's going to step into the gray area and necessitate another rulebook rewrite next offseason. Zach, JR, thanks a lot for being with us, and we'll talk to you next week in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Pit Reporters.
The O'Reilly Auto Parts Pit Reporters on the Performance Racing Network was presented by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people. This is PRN, the Performance Racing Network.
You're listening to Molly Suter on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
Yes, you are. You're also listening to The Other Girl,
Hi.
too.
I thought there was more racing.
No, it's an hour-long show, and I started it an hour ago.
Yay.
And I decided not to do news since we're already past the top of the hour. I feel like that's okay. We'll do it next hour. It's
Okay.
fine. Right. Well, I think we have to talk about the TikTok ban. I think we have to talk about what we're going to talk about.
I
when we
don't know if I can without. I seriously have been very emotional about it today, and I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, literally, my sister told me, she's like, I cried today thinking about
this morning, yeah.
thinking about how you can't send me TikToks anymore, because it really is like a love language
Think
for
about that.
me.
How am I gonna show people I like them?
I know, it's literally legitimately a love language for me. Like, I send people like TikToks that I think will make them either laugh, or if I know like it's a topic that they're particularly interested in, I'll send them like a new discovery about it. Or yeah, it's great.
And all the creators that I'm following are all just getting on and saying, hey, in case this doesn't last another week, here's why I'm thankful for TikTok.
Yeah, it's been
and
so
their
nice.
stories are so moving and they're so wonderful. And I've seen so many people's lives change.
Yeah.
I feel like my life is different now.
Oh yeah.
Because I know more things now and I've been exposed to more things. And I've learned, even something as silly as crochet, like I would not have started crocheting.
Right, exactly.
If I hadn't been like watching tutorials that were very simple and easy to follow.
Oh.
On TikTok.
I'm sorry. The volume on this computer is on, and it usually isn't. Bruh. Hey, stop.
But
Anyway.
it does sound like, now I follow Aaron Parnas. I don't know if you follow him on TikTok.
No.
He is like the man. Well, he's like a boy, but he's in his 20s. But he's
a child.
He's seen things. He's very, very smart. Like he finished law school like when he was 21. He's that kind of smart.
Oh, right.
But he does all the breaking news things, and he's not been wrong yet. But he said that Biden had basically come out and said that if the ban goes through, I'm not going to enforce it.
Oh, okay.
So he's like, let Trump deal with it. Trump has already said he's in support of TikTok and that he kind of wants to keep it. So hopefully...
Okay, so maybe we're just being dramatic for nothing.
I know, but it's like, it's scary.
Yeah, it is. Well, also, like, I mean, everyone has been like, oh, you can follow me on YouTube, you follow me on Instagram, follow me on whatever.
No!
Like, it's not going to be the same.
If I wanted to be on YouTube, I would have been on YouTube by now.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend 15 minutes listening to somebody talk about their life on YouTube when I just want to see how to do something.
For me, I feel like TikTok's algorithm is scary good. It will show you exactly what you want to see. Exactly. It will show you, like, if you watch part 1 of something and don't immediately want to watch part 2, or if part 2 is not out yet, it will bring you back to part 2 if you stay through the whole video. Yeah. And, like, Instagram's algorithm just isn't that smart.
Not at all.
And it will take more training to show you what you want. And Instagram is not even the same content-wise, tone-wise.
It's not the same community-wise either.
No,
I've heard lots and lots of negative things about the people that are on Instagram. They're all. I'm sorry, but Facebook is not what it used to be either. Like,
oh yeah, I still use Facebook because I've logged on, literally every day since 2009. and it's how I keep in contact with my friends and family in the area, like via Facebook Messenger. And I know part of this TikTok ban and the retaliation of that is to delete all Meta accounts, and I wish I could do that, but I'm in too deep.
Yeah.
I'm in too deep, and I can't do it.
connector.
In good conscience, I can't do it.
It's a good connector, and honestly, I mean, Facebook changed my life. I wouldn't be
Here.
on KCJJ if it weren't for Facebook. So in many ways, Facebook was a really wonderful thing, but then TikTok is something different, and it's something really wonderful that
TikTok is awesome. I would not have gotten back into reading if Book Talk wasn't a thing.
right.
And I was like, oh, am I missing out on that story? Right now, I feel like I've kind of outgrown a lot of what Book Talk likes, but it was a good segue into getting back into reading for me, which is something that I loved as a teenager and I love now. Like, but yeah, I hope it doesn't.
And honestly, I mean, 2024 was not my favorite year, but TikTok got me through it. Somehow it kept me above water and not sink deeper somehow. And for that, I'm forever grateful. I hope it sticks around. What really aggravates me is that we all know it's because Zuckerberg and Elon want to get rid of their babies and they can't stand. They couldn't make their product better.
Sharing the internet, yeah. They
could just make their product better.
They want you to go back to Twitter. They want you to go back to Facebook or whatever. And
I'm not going to Facebook Reels. Facebook Reels sucks balls.
It sucks.
I was on it. So when the pandemic hit, we got to stay home for like 2 weeks. During those 2 weeks, I watched a lot of Facebook Reels. And you know what I ended up watching?
What?
Hair braiding, which I still watch on TikTok, just for the record. And I loved doing that. And I watched all of these people dig into sand to make like a mansion. I don't know if you ever watched those. You know what I'm talking about? The ones that they like bushcraft type stuff.
No.
Where they take a stick and next thing you know, there's like a big, huge swimming pool that's like luxury, whatever. But not once did it ever suggest anything else. Not once. Did I find other videos that were like, oh, I'm going to do this. On TikTok, though, it's like you could watch one little video and next thing you know, you're like learning about a whole entire country because of the way
it'll go down
system works. Yeah.
The thing is, for Facebook Reels, everyone I've ever clicked on has been either on accident or two that I thought looked interesting, but it's only 3 seconds. And it's 3 seconds of like someone showing off their like new eyeshadow or something. It's like makeup. And I know that's because of what I clicked on, but
or it's a TikTok video I saw 6 months ago.
That's mostly on Reels for me. Like I'll just see recycled TikTok things or just people that are also on TikTok and it's a repost on Instagram Reels.
I think whoever had this bright idea to do this did not remember that Americans, we don't like being told what to do. We certainly don't like being told what to do if it's for our own good.
Exactly.
And I don't think this is for our own good. I'm sorry, but
no.
China is not that scary. I'm
It's
sorry.
not.
They're not.
Okay, so the fact that they're like, oh, we're concerned that TikTok is selling everyone's data to China, even though the CEO is Singaporean.
Exactly.
And so that's a whole other thing, but and then in droves, everyone downloaded RedNote, which is the Chinese version of TikTok.
I'm Lucini on RedNote.
I
finally gave it a chance, and it's actually pretty good.
I am also on RedNote, but it takes up a lot of battery in my phone, so I don't think that's a long-term solution for me. But I just think it's so funny that they're like, oh, you think that's really bad? Let's actually go to the Chinese app itself and download it and give them our information willingly.
Like, I'm going to learn Mandarin. I don't care.
Yeah, and it's so fun because people are like, everyone there is so nice.
Yeah, and what's happening is that we're like, oh, I thought China was the big bad, the big bad wolf.
I mean,
they're very nice.
For the record, I never thought that. I knew that was government BS.
Yeah, I knew that. I sort of knew
I'm
that
sure
too,
most people in China are just lovely people trying to get through their day, just like here.
I don't know. I mean, I've heard that the government's not great, but, neither is ours. I mean,
No.
seriously, if we compare it to
Seriously.
ours, are we even worse? No. I mean, we're like worse, I think.
I wouldn't know. But
Or we're
like,
verging on it.
The governing body of a country is not necessarily a representation of the country's people. You know, like
I mean, hopefully.
no, and we've seen that on
Yeah.
these apps.
And now I get
couple
to
of
see
days.
like people in China living their life, and I kind of want to go over there at this point.
No, exactly.
I mean, like, I don't know. I think they would have learned at the Tea Party. I mean,
like I uploaded 2 videos to my Red Note. I uploaded a clip of me at the Eras tour, and then I uploaded a clip of my cat licking a glass door because I thought it was cute. And so what I did was just like run it through Google Translate, and I just put that as a caption. And I'm getting all these like Chinese citizens like commenting in Mandarin on these posts, and I just have to translate them.
Yeah.
And it's just normal. It's like the normal comments you did on TikTok or Instagram too.
I'm hoping if TikTok goes away and Red Note becomes the thing, I hope Red Note Americanizes it a little bit more, just because it would be nice to see more English.
It would, but also
Or
it's
to
their,
turn it into English.
But it's their app, though. It's like
Yeah,
it's not.
I understand
It's
that.
not designed for.
But it would be nice to
Americans.
have like a layer over the app that would allow me to see everything in English, because I know you
Actually,
can translate everything.
There's an app you can download. I will tell you because it's saved my life for Red Note. Actually,
I don't mind. I mean,
Let me
most
go
of the
look up-
videos are like nonverbal anyway,
let
and
me
there's
go
a lot
look
of
that up.
English-speaking people.
Oh
that-
yeah, there's a lot of in other countries that aren't here, they are actually really good at teaching people English because it's a really international
Mm-hmm.
language, and so they'll start teaching their kids when they're like 6 or 7,
Right.
and so they'll at least have like a baseline understanding in adulthood.
I would say that's the only downside to that app, but hopefully,
Well, it is a Chinese app, so
Yeah.
it's called Bubble Screen Translate, and so it will just be like on the side of your screen, and you touch the little button, and then it will translate everything on your screen into English.
bubble screen.
Bubble Screen Translate. Anyway, but I don't think Red Note is the.
I don't know if that's an iPhone app.
I don't have an iPhone.
Okay,
But
I'll have to figure something out.
I don't think that's the solution. I think that was mostly like in protest, and we'll have a cute little moment, and then I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to stay on it just because it is such a battery drain. But
I guess I haven't noticed that part, but I have an iPhone. My battery is awesome.
well, that's another.
Well,
thing.
as it ages, it does not do well, but that's part of the plan. Thank you, Apple.
well,
I don't know. I'm just angry at all the billionaires in the world that really
I'm
need to keep their.
I'm really hoping that both President Biden and Trump keep their word and not enforce
Right.
the ban, because like
I thought that was pretty amazing of Biden. He's like, I'm not
I
enforcing
don't
it.
care.
This is dumb.
It is.
He didn't
dumb.
say it was
Also,
dumb,
like every app steals your data. That's what it does.
And a lot
if
of
you
people.
if you have a smartphone, your data is stolen. Like that's just how it is.
Well, first of all, they can have my data because it's really not very valuable.
Right.
But also, if they're really, somebody had pointed out, someone smarter than me pointed out that if they're really worried about that, then outlaw Temu
Yeah, exactly.
and all of those, drop
Shein.
shippers that definitely
I feel
are
like-
not United States.
Do you know what? I feel like Shein should just be banned anyway, just because it's so cheap. So, if your clothing items are that cheap, that means they're not made ethically. That means somebody is not getting properly paid for making
Probably.
them.
Yeah.
And it's also made out of like balloon material. It's just not the best material, and it's also very bad for the environment.
Nah.
Shein is just not very good.
Everything's
it's just
going
not
to-
a very good business.
Heck in a handbasket anyway. Who cares about the
You
environment?
can
at this
say
point?
hell on the station. We just can't say the F word or the S word or the C word or
chocolate? We can't say chocolate?
That's not the C word I'm talking about. And you know it.
See you next Tuesday is what you're talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say hell. You can say bitch too. I just don't like to. Just because I think it's stupid.
The B word seems too aggressive.
It's
to
so
say on the
stupid,
air.
and it's because, like...
Misogyny.
It's misogyny, for sure. Like, why can we say that, but not, like... Why can we say that? A derogatory term for a woman, but not the S word.
But can we say the
or
male?
F
Can we
word.
say that the male version of the B word?
What's the male version of the B word?
It's a name for
someone
without a dad.
Bastard?
Yeah, can we say that?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
I think that's a bad word too, technically, but
Whatever. I've never ever considered that a bad word. I mean,
I think we should. I don't really I don't normally use that word, but I need to bring it back because it's a good word.
I don't either.
It's a good solid word.
But I mean, but also like, it doesn't pack quite the punch anymore. Just because, like, who cares if your parents aren't married and you have a kid? Like, this isn't 1776 anymore. Nobody cares. Like,
well, some people do, but they're all idiots.
Yeah.
I don't care about those people.
No. Anyway, so I've been having, like, ungodly amounts of screen time because I'm just, like, trying to watch as much as I can before it gets taken away from me.
I mean, I'm going to be fine if it gets taken away.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just going to be very sad for a little while.
I'm just going to be sad, and then I know we've said that, like, it's not the greatest alternative, but I will probably just switch to Instagram Reels just because I'm already kind of there. I have a few friends who refused to download TikTok in the first place because they're like, I don't need another app. I can just do Instagram Reels. And I tried to explain to them, like, the things you see on Instagram Reels are just TikToks 6 months late, but they don't care. So I'm already on Instagram Reels, and I already send them, like, funny videos. Mm-hmm. And so I'll just probably increase my screen time on that. But
yeah, I'm not doing Instagram
I'll probably
Reels.
just read more.
I don't.
Now that I'm not on TikTok for 3 hours a day.
I don't know. Like, what am I don't even know what to watch on TV because I get my ideas from TikTok.
What am I going to cook? I get all of my recipes from TikTok.
I will say I have a good app for that.
Oh, you do?
It's called E-Meals. I think I've told you about this before.
I think so.
You just kind of scroll through, like, the weeks of recipes and pick out what you want to make.
And they're partnered with Walmart.
I go, with Walmart. I think there's a couple other stores
I
haven't checked, but Walmart is definitely one of the things. And then you can just send it for the Walmart shopper to shop it, and you can either pick it up for free, or you can do what I do and pay extra to have it delivered. I get the free delivery because I am a Walmart Plus person. And then they just ship you, you just, like, pick up the stuff and make the food, and it's awesome.
So it kind of seems like HelloFresh, but a little like you pick the ingredients.
You get to pick the ingredients. You can also pick extra. So, like, if you want to double it, you just get a little extra chicken, and then you can make more instead of just for two people or 4 people or whatever, however you have it set. I really like it. I started it up again because last year was a big loss for me all around. So I'm, like, trying to step by step, tiny step by tiny step, get back to some sort of normalcy. And I have made probably 6 or 7 meals since the beginning of the year from that app.
Hey.
Yeah, so, and pretty decent ones too, I think, if I do say so myself.
I have not. I've really fallen down on the job when it comes to, like, cooking meals. I've just been getting a lot of takeout because in the winter I'm, like, so useless. I just want to curl up in a ball and not do anything. Especially because it's been so cold. Like, I just sit on the couch and just watch shows or scroll through TikTok. Right. Oh my! What
Did I just burp?
What was that?
I had a really good dinner. That's all.
And see, I haven't had dinner yet, and I don't know what I'm gonna have.
I should have brought you some leftovers. Do you like salmon?
I do like salmon.
Oh, I should have brought it.
Oh man, but I've saved all of the recipes that I have yet to make, and I still want to, and then I also saved my favorite recipes that I found from TikTok, but every recipe I've made from TikTok has been like a slam dunk.
Right.
Hit it out of the park, whatever sports metaphor you want to use. It's so good.
I just like watching them make food.
Yeah, it's great.
Like, how am I going to find
therapeutic.
out how Levi and William, if they ever get married?
Who's that?
There's all these people that I watch like on a day-to-day basis to see what they're doing. How am I going to find out?
Oh, here's another problem with Instagram that I don't think I've mentioned yet. So TikTok is, as I said before, really good about like bringing you back to creators without you having to like go and search their name. They'll just pop up on your FYP. With Instagram, it's not really like that. You do have to go to their profile and like actually like click on their videos or whatever.
Right.
And that's not like too much to ask for, but
It is.
the thing about TikTok that was really nice that you didn't have to. You could just scroll.
I'm not going back. I'm not going back to where I have to search for things.
Yes. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, those extra steps don't seem like that big of a deal, but...
And it just aggravates me because it's like they're trying to take it away for, like, made-up reasons.
I know, for stupid reasons.
Like,
It's
we
like,
can't see what
China's
they're
stealing
doing
your
behind a
data.
curtain. We know what you're doing.
I actually don't care if China steals my data.
I don't care either. I don't care if I get drafted by the Chinese army at this point.
Have you seen all those TikTok, like, when you didn't read the red note terms and conditions and you're being drafted?
I don't care. They can have me. It's only a year, isn't it?
I don't know.
Are they the ones with the mandatory army thing?
Korea is.
Okay.
I'm not sure about any other Asian countries.
Okay.
And I think with Korea it is 12 or 18 months. Because I remember it was a big deal when all of the BTS
That's
boys
the only reason why I
had to
know
go.
that there's... I don't even follow BTS.
I know, me neither.
But I know that there was like a lot
news.
of...
It was
Thanks
like
to
international.
TikTok, I know what's going on in the world.
I know,
and that's
people
one of
were-
the things that they talked about on
People
TikTok.
were freaking out because BTS had to go into the army. I imagine it was the same, like, big deal about Elvis going into the army back in the day.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure it was.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my god, he's cut his hair. They
Yeah.
had to cut his hair.
I remember my mom talking about that. I don't know. We'll survive. You survived Vine, right?
Do you know, I never got really into Vine just because I didn't like that it was only 6 seconds.
Right. See, I don't think Vine was the same.
It wasn't the same.
Didn't have the same community. It didn't have the same.
No, Vine was mostly just skits, and people who started on Vine moved to YouTube for longer form, and then some of them, when TikTok became a thing, moved to TikTok as well. But yeah, Vine was mostly skits, and I think that was impressive because it was only 6 seconds, and you had to get like all of your jokes in.
I still don't
all of
understand
the
how
pacing,
it became
all
a
of-
thing with that limitation. I still don't get that.
I
But
feel like-
I also didn't get a minute-long videos when I first started on TikTok.
I feel like a lot of people my age loved Vine, or my age or a little bit younger. Maybe, was Allie ever on Vine or
I think
watched
she
Vine?
did Vine. And I know they did Musically. That was their big
Oh,
thing.
yeah. That was the TikTok precursor. I
Yeah.
never did Musically. That was a little bit young for me, but,
And Club Penguin. I know that's not the same thing, but they were
not
like
the
big
same
into
thing at
Club
all.
Penguin.
I loved Club Penguin. I think I was an OG on Club Penguin, okay?
Allie loved her Club Penguin.
I think 2006, I was like one of the oldest people on Club Penguin. But I loved it. I loved all the mini games that
Yeah.
you could play. Yeah, that's another thing that went away.
Yeah.
It was so sad. I mean, like, it went away, like, when I was way out of the age to play it, but...
I really hope it sticks around.
Me too. And what I put on our bio on the YouTube video stream what are we going to talk about when TikTok is banned? Because a lot of what we say is just like TikTok recaps. And did you see this? Did you see that? Explaining each other's FYPs.
I don't know. I can't even think about life without TikTok. It's too much.
So
It's too much.
Okay, so I went through my favorites and I sent them to people like as a last hurrah one last time. Did I ever send you any of the ones that I loved?
You sent me a bunch of them. I don't know if I've seen all of it yet, though.
Okay, yeah.
I usually reserve like a chunk of time to go through all of my inboxes.
I have a friend who logged on for the first time today since August, and she was greeted by like a long string of videos from me. And she was like, no, I love doing this. Like, go away for a couple of months and then just look at the videos you sent me. Because I have a lot of friends tell me, like, all of the videos you send me are, like, 10 out of 10s. They're so funny. And I'm like, yes, thank you. That's all I want. I want to send you funny videos, and I can't do that anymore.
You pretty are spot on.
Thank you.
Some of them I don't get sometimes, but I think it's an age
like
thing.
What?
I can't even remember. But some of them, like, why did she send me that? Like,
well, see, I try to cater it to people who, like, so if I see something I think is funny, but I don't think you'll get, I won't send it to you. So I wonder what.
I can't remember what ones it was, but every once I'll be like, okay.
All right, Molly.
But I also know there's an age gap there that sometimes I may not get some of the generational stuff.
Well, not even just the age gap, but like we have different FYPs. Like we've talked about this before, but like our algorithms are pretty different. We sometimes have overlap, but
yeah, I'm surprised you don't know who William and
I don't know
are.
who
You should look them up. Levi is this gorgeous redhead who I believe did online. She must do porn or something. I don't remember what, because she's talked about how she's done stuff and that, women didn't really like her very much because of the work that she did. And now that she's on TikTok, she's really found some supportive women that are really, supportive of her no matter what she does. She's got this cute boyfriend who cooks for her. And so they've got all these great, like, the stuff that they put out, they've got like there's a getting ready. She'll do a getting ready so that she can have dinner. Then William will have this is what I'm making for my girlfriend video. And then they'll have a video of him serving her and her eating and reacting to it. And then they do other videos of them like, fixing up their kitchen and like just other stuff. But they're super cute. He's like this. He's not my type. He's very young looking. I think she's a couple years older than him, but they are just so that's the romance I love. Like I love TikTok romances.
Yeah, send me some videos of them while you still can.
Okay. I'm still liking on profiles too, because there's a lot of things that are popping up new because everyone's just like, look, it's going to go. So I'm just going to put it out there.
Yeah. They're just throwing things at the wall, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
I love it.
And hopefully it'll stick around and I'll have some new stuff. Did you see the thing though? The guy who like has this, somehow people thought that this particular guy who did an English welcome to Red Note video, he's not the CEO. He never said he was the CEO of Red Note. He never said it. He just happens to be Chinese. He kind of looks, he looks like a Chinese college student probably. Glasses, hat, just very unassuming. But he's like, hello and welcome to Red Note. Here's some things you might want to know about this app before you get started. So he's like trying to welcome us Americans into the fold, and everyone just assumed. And he said that he woke up the next day and he's like, I don't know what happened, but and it's him and his girlfriend.
Oh
and
no, I think I saw the actual CEO. I think I saw.
It was so funny.
Gosh.
It was just a funny, like, us Americans, we're always goofing stuff up.
Yeah.
in a really funny way. But I thought that was just very heartwarming.
Another thing I like about Red Note is that you can comment a picture or a meme.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can. A lot of my replies are just like the one about the clip that I posted of the Eras Tour. People have been commenting like pictures they have of the same moment
Oh.
that I uploaded, and that's pretty cool. And then for the clip of my cat, a lot of the comments are like people being like, like smiling and.
That's what some creators have said is the tax of Red Note.
The
You have to
cat
post
tax.
your animal pictures.
Yes, and I posted the cat tax in video form. But yeah, I don't know if, again, I'm probably not going to be on it unless, like, the TikTok withdrawal is too bad.
Yeah. I mean, there's something...
and it might be.
It's like that, like, I missed about having, like, television, like normal television, where you can just kind of scroll through channels. They didn't call it scrolling, but you
like
just flip through the
channel
channels.
surfing,
Yeah, channel surfing. I miss that.
Yeah.
But like TikTok is like channel surfing
Yeah.
only online, and it's a lot quicker and it's a lot more enjoyable, and you actually learn something every once in a while. I've like
Exactly.
accidentally learned so much on this app.
Another thing about TikTok I love, and it's a double-edged sword, because of my ADHD, TikTok is like a dopamine slot machine.
Exactly. That's
And
what I love about it.
so it's good. It also means I can spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours because it's a constant dopamine hit.
Yeah.
Which is what my brain wants because my dopamine receptors are fried.
Yeah. But again, like because I got TikTok, I realized I had ADHD,
Yay.
which really it has changed me a little bit. Now that I know it, it's kind of like, oh, well, now I'm just going to lean into it and do things the way.
Even if you don't get properly diagnosed, but even if you just think you might have it, it just solves a lot of
I'll tell you what, every little
questions.
tip that I've seen, like if you have ADHD, try this. Every tip I've tried
It's helpful.
has worked.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mind blowing. So now I can just kind of lean into it, but I don't know where I'm going to find all my. It's going to be fine. They're not going to.
It will be fine.
As I keep saying, it's going to be fine.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine.
It's not going to be great, but it's going to be fine.
Because if it's not the next time we.
Well, even Mark Cuban has said, and I saw him say this on his TikTok, that if someone can come out with an app that can work with what I'm calling Blue Ski, but Blue Sky. If someone, because like it's an open, I don't know, they use a lot of words. I don't know exactly what they mean, but it's like a good platform that doesn't steal your data, apparently.
I don't think those exist, but okay.
Or something. It's supposedly it's good. It's like open, whatever they call it, open something, open source.
Open source. Okay.
And so you can create your own apps to work with the platform. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how it works. I'm probably explaining it bad, but he said that if someone can come up with a TikTok-like thing,
Replacement.
he would, be interested in moving that along,
Oh, yeah.
which would be great because it's already kind of a liberal-leaning platform to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And we know Truth Social isn't going to get it.
I saw a tweet today that was like, if any of you want some money, go on Truth Social and be like, I can't afford to go to the inauguration. Please, I was there on January 6th. I want to see what
You might end up
what I
getting
fought
police
for.
at your door, though, by accident. My favorite outcome of that part was the women that were saying that they got onto the dating sites and like
on Bumble.
found people that were at it and they like turned them in.
Yes, they turned him into the FBI. I love that so much.
That's my favorite story of.
I don't even care if it's fake. I want that to be real so bad.
Yeah. Well, I know we can't talk about the news. Did you hear, like, the people are making a big deal out of the fact that Michelle Obama is not going to the inauguration.
I'm not going either.
Like, why would she go anyway? I mean, I understand why
Jimmy Carter's not going.
he died to get out of it. Jeez.
He said, I'm not going to the inauguration. And he's true to his word. He's
He
not
also
going.
told, what's-her-face that he wanted to live long enough to be able to vote for her, which is
I
awesome.
know. And so I told my sister, I'm like, I really hope they just lied to him and said she won, and so he can die in peace. That didn't happen, though.
I think
He
it's
knew.
awesome that she's like, nope, I'm not going.
Yeah.
I mean, I forget who it was, but somebody pointed out
Is
that
Obama going?
Trump didn't go to Biden's inauguration.
No, why?
Which is a big, like...
I know it's a thing, like, past presidents on either side of the aisle go to each other's inaugurations just as a support of American solidarity, but I feel like we can probably just let that go. We can probably just let that go. I feel like, is Obama going to the inauguration?
That's
because he had.
I think he has to.
He's a past president, so he might have to. But
really, does he have to? I mean, do we have to do any of the things that we?
I don't know, because
I just feel like Trump's going to get in there and just break all the rules and be like, "Okay, I'm the king now."
yeah.
And everyone keeps telling me, "No, that can't happen." I'm like, it can happen.
I mean, he's already not.
How did the first king come into play?
He's already not facing any repercussions for his conviction.
I know.
He's already not, like, getting any repercussions at all. So why not? Why can't he just... He's already above the law.
I mean, somebody had to force their way into being the first king in the world.
Well, king...
Millions of years ago.
Supposedly millions.
Or however long royalty has been around.
I feel like... I mean, royalty comes from the belief that your power is divinely given, like God has given you this power. And I just don't know if anybody is going to believe that.
People believe it already. There are people that have pictures of Trump as Jesus.
But those people are weird.
Those are the people that got him voted in.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to remember, we voted for this.
I did not.
You and I did not.
Who's we?
The royal we. The royal idiot.
royal
inbred wees.
Oh my God.
Voted him in.
Gosh.
Allegedly.
Well,
I mean, there's enough money floating around that anything is possible at this point.
We'll see.
I'm just going to start writing fan fiction where Bezos, he's the one with the rocket ship, right?
I don't know. The Amazon former
Doesn't he have
CEO?
a rocket ship that he's like trying to go out into space?
I thought that was Elon. I thought that was Elon Musk. He has SpaceX, the space company.
I'm pretty sure it's the Amazon guy that has an actual ship that he can go up into.
Okay, I mean,
but
I
either
believe
way,
it, but...
he's a billionaire that has.
I mean, yeah,
resources.
he has enough money to do it.
I want him to invite Elon and Zuckerberg up in the, the flight, and have it end up exploding or something.
Challenger style. God. That'd be great, right?
I mean, it would solve a lot of problems. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And Trump would want to be left out of that flight either. Just saying.
I don't know.
Not that I want it to explode. Maybe it could just push off into space, land on Mars, and then be irretrievable.
And they just stay there.
And they can figure out how to live on potatoes like Matt Damon did.
Like Matt Damon, yeah.
That's the fan fiction.
I mean,
because I don't want anyone to actually die.
That's what Elon wants to do anyway. Not die, but like
let them do it. Let them be on that first ship.
Establish a Mars colony. I think that's what he wants to do. I support it. Go to Mars if you want.
That's why I don't understand. Like the billionaires, what is their end game?
Get all
Everybody's
the money in the world.
Poor.
Yeah.
And dies.
Yeah.
Who's gonna wipe their butts then?
It doesn't
if
matter.
We all die out.
They have all of the money. They can
have robots. Who's gonna fix the robots?
The robots.
They have to have poor people around.
The robots fix themselves.
I just don't think they've thought it out. It's like the vampire shows, It's like, if everybody's a vampire, who's the food?
Who's the food?
If everyone's a zombie,
who's the food?
Who's the brains to eat?
Exactly.
You got to think these things through.
I mean, have you seen Warm Bodies? I think we've talked about this before.
I love that. I really love that movie.
But I do too. There are tiers of zombies. There's like the flesh zombies, and then there's the skeleton zombies. And I think they can eat the flesh zombies. So like it's just a tier system of zombies.
Well, see, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
But like many of the zombie movies, it's just like there's one kind of zombie.
Yeah.
I'm not scared of zombies, just for the record, but
I'm a little bit not because I think they could be real. I don't think that. As a concept, it's pretty scary.
I wouldn't want to be a zombie.
Like a dead person just coming at you, like wanting to eat your brain.
But they're not moving very fast. I think I could outrun, except for the World War Z zombies. Those are the ones that were really, really fast.
Oh, yeah.
I think Brad Pitt or something was in that movie. I can't remember, but they
No.
were like the ones that would like
Tom
go really,
Cruise?
really fast. And was it Tom Cruise? It was somebody that I didn't.
No,
really...
that was the War of the Worlds.
I think it was called World War Z, and the zombies like were really fast, and they would just like run up on a wall and just climb up over each other.
Oh my, that's so.
Oh,
agile.
actually, that's what Game of Thrones zombies did too. They were pretty aggressive.
Are zombies in Game of Thrones?
Well,
I haven't started it.
Technically, I think they're zombies because there's spoiler. You should watch it anyway.
I haven't gotten there yet. I'm watching What We Do in the Shadows,
So
another show you've asked me to watch.
Everyone's worried about the Game of Thrones, like who's going to be the king or the queen or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But then they find out like halfway through the series that there's actually a bigger threat north of the wall that everyone's sort of forgotten about. But there's a reason why the magical wall was built in the first place, is to keep this bad energy out. And it turns out it's a dude that's the scariest bad guy I have ever seen in all my years of living, and I've seen a lot of bad guys. He's super scary, but he like can bring people up from the dead. So like as you're in war with him, you like kill everybody, and then your people get killed, and then he just lifts them up, and then they start attacking you. So like everybody who's dead, you think you're getting ahead of the game.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's scary.
But I love the twist on who kills him in the very end so much, I'm not even going to tell you. You have to watch it.
Okay.
It's really, really good. But you have to get through it's the last season.
Oh, well,
like halfway through the last season.
I'll tell you when I start watching Game of Thrones. As I said, I'm watching What We Do in the Shadows.
Are you still liking it?
Yeah,
Good,
I
good,
do
good,
like
good.
it.
I really love that show.
I am. Let's see. What was the last? I just passed the point where Laszlo has to lay low as a human, and he goes by a Jackie Daytona.
In Tucson, Arizona. The way that Matt Berry, I think his name is, that actor. Did you ever watch the IT Crowd?
I watched like the first few episodes.
Okay, well, I think he comes in like the second season.
Oh, okay.
But he's done a couple other, he does another show, it's like British, obviously, where he plays, I think, like a TV show host. Mm-hmm. But it's like always the same kind of character. So it's funny to see it like in a vampire mode. Like this, the way he overpronounces stuff, and like the way he's just kind of like over the top about things. Like the way he acts is really funny. I really enjoy him as a character.
I enjoy all of the characters in what we do in the shadows. Even Colin Robinson, I think he's so funny.
I love him.
I got to the episode where he like gets too powerful and like splits into three.
Yeah, there's some weird things that happen with his
character
storyline.
But like I thought he was like, up until recently I thought he was a normal guy, and like they were kind of tongue in cheek when calling him like an energy vampire, but now they kind of alluded to the fact that like he's been alive for a while too. Right. Just like the other ones. Maybe not as old as like Nandor or whatever, but he's still been alive for a while. And I'm just like, so for an emotional vampire, like, how is the aging process? Is it you can like feed pretty consistently and stay the same age?
Sort of. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, okay.
There's some stuff that happens that sort of explains it, but I don't think he ever really finds out where he came from, because that's like one of the questions in one of the seasons, like where,
interesting,
like who made him.
Yeah, who made Colin Robertson?
I don't know that they ever found that out, or if they did, I didn't really pay that close attention to that particular episode.
Right.
I can't remember.
Or it's been a while since you've seen it.
I need to rewatch it.
Yeah.
I'm still in the middle of the Goldbergs.
Oh,
rewatch.
right. You did tell me about that, too.
It is such a funny show. I'm kind of mad I didn't watch it when it was happening at the time.
I mean, but there's so many shows and so many movies and so many books all the time. You can't watch them all.
I can.
At
not the
at
books.
The time
I'm
that
not reading all the books.
At the time that they're airing, like you can't watch everything. And that's what's
true.
frustrating. Like there's so many shows that I would just probably love to watch, but I take great joy in rewatching stuff I haven't seen in a while. So in addition to What We Do in the Shadows, I'm also rewatching Scrubs, which
I haven't watched that in a long time.
I loved when I was in high school. My friend Molly introduced me to it, and we would just sit in her basement in the summer and just like watch Scrubs.
It's a solidly funny show.
It is.
It's consistently
so funny.
funny.
And it's like there's some parts that have aged poorly. Like some of the jokes that they make are very transphobic, but like that was just the thing back then.
I know, and that's some stuff I can't read.
I know, and it's just, but like other than that, it's a very funny show, and a lot of the humor still holds up until it doesn't.
My daughter's trying to get me to watch. I think it's called Dr. Odyssey.
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
Did you watch Dawson's Creek?
No, I have. I was a little too young.
So the character, you know who I'm talking about, though. Like the characters in there, the guys in.
James Van Der Beek.
Pacey, not James Van Der Beek, the other guy.
No,
I can't remember his name, but he's in it. I don't know. She really likes it because it's kind of campy and sort of. I don't think it realizes it's campy. I think it's supposed to be serious.
Oh,
but Don Johnson is in it, which is kind of a. I mean, I grew up watching him on TV, like in Miami Vice, and he's Dakota Johnson's dad.
Oh, okay. All right, you
That's
got
how
me.
old I am. Melanie, is it Melanie Griffith?
I don't know.
That was. I don't think they're together anymore, but
Is Melanie Griffith? Is that Dakota and Elle's mom?
that's a good question.
Here.
I can't remember because
I'm
he's
gonna
been
look it
married a couple times.
I will look it up. Dakota.
And I don't think that they're still married, but that was like they were the it couple of
No,
the
not
day.
Dakota.
I think Dakota Johnson comes from.
Do you know what? I was thinking of Dakota Fanning.
Oh,
Dakota Johnson. Okay. But yeah, let me look. Who is your mother? Who is your mother? Yeah, Melanie Griffith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I totally thought you were talking about the Fanning sisters.
Well,
That's
for a
my
second
bad.
when
That's
you
my
said,
bad.
I'm
When
like,
I said
yeah,
Elle,
yeah.
No, when I included Elle, no.
They are kind of very
Excuse me.
similar. I can't tell Elle and the other one
Dakota?
apart. The
can't?
Fanning sisters.
Yeah, you can't tell Dakota and Elle apart?
Unless they're in the same room, I can't tell which is which.
I can, just because Elle's face is a little more pinched.
Who was the one that was in The Great?
Elle. That's
We
Elle.
could have a whole show where you name off movies or TV shows that they've been in, and I have to guess which one is which. I won't get any of them right.
Well, the first thing I saw Dakota in was Uptown Girls in like 2003, and so she's in that one. Dakota was also in Twilight. She was Jane, part of the Volturi. Elle was in The Great. She's been in some other shows just as like a guest character.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I didn't even realize there were two of them until recently. I saw a clip on TikTok where they were like at a opening of something, whatever they were in. They were at a thing where they were all dressed up and kind of in the same car, and they were like, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess they do have two different names, don't they?
I guess maybe they
But
are
even
two
like
different
when they were
people.
together, I'm like, they look very much alike. I mean, they're sisters,
they're sisters.
but they're not like twins, though, right?
No, they're not. No, I think their age difference is very similar to mine and Amy's, and
But you and Amy don't look like twins.
no, we don't.
I know there's two of you.
Yes. No, Amy and I, it's so funny how much we don't look alike. And, like, you just can't tell that we're sisters unless we tell you.
Yeah,
I feel like we could probably get away with being cousins.
Yeah, I don't know that I look like my sister that much.
I don't think I've ever seen a picture of your sister.
And my kids don't look like each other.
No,
I
they
don't
don't.
think. But when they were younger, like, I'll tell you, if I look at baby pictures, I have a hard time telling them apart.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
One was just a little bit chubbier than the other. Just a little.
So I think Allie looks a lot like you.
Yeah, Katie does take a little bit more. But there's a couple pictures when Katie was younger that I have found pictures where me at the same age and we are identical.
Really?
Like, we look so much alike. But
Oh my gosh.
yeah, she definitely takes after her dad a little bit more than...
Mm-hmm.
Genetics are weird.
They are. And I look just a carbon copy of my dad. There's this I think it was a TikTok trend a few years ago. It was like the eldest daughter is just the yassified version of her dad, and I'm like, yeah. And I definitely have some friends who are also eldest daughters who also look exactly like their dad. So
I don't think I
it's a
look
thing.
exactly like my dad, but I do take out after him a little bit
Yeah.
more than my mother probably. But I don't know. I'm not a very good judge of that, so for myself.
I'm gonna have to I'll be the judge of it. Do you have like a picture of you and your dad on like Facebook? I can look up real quick.
Not real quick.
Okay. Well, how about we work on that during the
And
break?
plus, if I'm looking it up, I'm going to get distracted and look at something else.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's go to photos. Excuse me. I'm trying not to burp on the air. That'd be rude. No, you're right. It's not. Oh my god, it's a pink like Crusette.
What? On my page?
Yeah.
No, it was.
It's not Lake
It's not
Crusette.
Lake Crusette.
No, but it's pink.
And I did
it's
actually
cute.
use that over Christmas.
It's very cute.
It's very cute. It's kind of sparkly too.
I like it. I like it. Yeah, I'm scrolling back a bit, but there's nothing. I'll just have to believe you. And I already do.
We have the same nose, I will say that. I do see that. But
yeah, genetics are a funny thing.
yeah.
Because I have friends who look exactly like their siblings or exactly like their parents, and it's just a carbon copy of them, like generation by
Right.
generation, and all of the kids look the same, and like that's just not the case with me and Amy.
It's all right.
Yeah,
It's not like the couples that look like they're related.
Oh my, yeah. Wait, siblings are dating. That's an Instagram account, I think.
Oh.
And like, all of the ones where it's like they're touching each other, or like they're awkwardly not awkwardly hugging, but like hugging in a way that like siblings probably shouldn't hug their siblings.
Yeah.
If they're dating, if the picture looks kind of awkward, or if they're like awkwardly holding hands or whatever, dating.
Yeah, but even then, sometimes families are weird. So.
Yeah. Very weird. All right, well, let's take our news break a little bit early, just
Okay.
like last week, and maybe we can come back with a game.
Yep.
We don't have to do the trivia just like last week, even though that was fun.
I told my daughter, I'm like, if you ever feel like you're an idiot, listen to that show. I do not keep the secret that I do not know geography.
It was very funny though when you were like, "What is a country and what is?"
I still don't know exactly what the answer was. I mean, I know the concept of what the difference between a country and a continent is. I just don't know the names of any of them. And don't ask me to name all the states, because there's no way.
Oh, I could. Did you not have to learn the 50 Nifty United States song?
No.
That was heavily hammered into us.
Well, when
By,
I got
like,
into
fourth grade.
high school, I could tell which grade schools did that, because anytime we had to write down the states, the people that knew that song, they knew them.
Oh, yeah.
They knew the song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a mnemonic device. It's really, really convenient. And I taught my host family in Spain that song, because they're like, that's so many states. How do you remember it? And I'm like, there's a song. And we all remembered it. We all memorized it. Anyway, so we're going to take a little break now, and we'll be back with more Molly Suter and the other girl. You're listening to the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The medical examiner says the death toll in the L.A. County wildfires has risen to 27. With less wind now, firefighters are making progress with the Palisades fire, now 22% contained, and the Eaton fire containment now at 55%. Some evacuees in those fire zones are being allowed to return, and CBS's Rob Marciano reports.
Thousands of structures have been damaged or completely destroyed by the firestorm. Now comes the arduous task of making sure these fire-ravaged communities are safe as residents and business owners start to return to survey what's left, if anything is left. Pesticide, fuel, and lithium batteries need to be removed. Utility companies are also working on power and gas lines.
The ceasefire and hostage deal between Israel and Hamas has not been approved by Israel's government. Israel's cabinet meets tomorrow. CBS's Elizabeth Palmer in Tel Aviv.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's been in a really tight spot. He's under huge pressure to sign off on this deal, but if he does, he risks losing crucial support from right-wingers in his cabinet and then perhaps early elections. One thing is for sure, though, this delay has got a lot of people very rattled.
A third day of confirmation hearings are held on Capitol Hill. Today, Scott Bessent, President-elect Trump's pick for Treasury Secretary, has appeared before the Senate Finance Committee.
The breadth and depth of our capital markets, along with predictable pro-growth tax policy and smart updated regulation, will continue to make America the most popular destination in the world for starting, growing, and taking public a business.
Trump's EPA nominee, Lee Zeldin, has promised to preserve a clean environment, quote, without suffocating the economy. A truck driver in a Texas smuggling attempt that ended in the deaths of 53 migrants has pleaded guilty to federal charges. He could face life in prison. New Orleans officials have decided that the various routes taken by its Mardi Gras parades will not change this year in the wake of an ISIS-inspired attack on Bourbon Street on New Year's Day.
The city had considered requiring all parades, some of which roll in different neighborhoods, to all use the same route this year. But in the end, leaders decided that wouldn't make a significant difference. Arthur Hardy, a New Orleans Mardi Gras historian, says with the extra security coming this year,
one thing I can just about guarantee we can expect is the safest Mardi Gras ever. There's never been this amount of attention or manpower.
The U.S. Department of Homeland Security designated Mardi Gras a Level 1 special event, the same level of security that the Super Bowl has received since the terror attacks of 9/11. Chris Miller for CBS News, New Orleans.
This is CBS News.
Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
From the Herteen and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Herteen and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Now, Iowa City's News First.
I'm Tommy Lang with KCJJ News. A Muscatine County man has been arrested in Iowa City after he was allegedly found driving a vehicle that had been reported stolen. An Iowa City police officer responded to a report of a stolen vehicle on Princeton Road. The reporting party provided police with the license plate number and was live tracking the vehicle. A traffic stop was conducted near the intersection of Rochester Avenue and East Berry Drive at about 6:15 Tuesday night. 22-year-old Caden Mills of Nichols was the driver. He allegedly provided a false name to officers 3 times before he was correctly identified using booking photos. A check of Mills' driving record showed his status as barred and revoked. A subsequent search of the vehicle reportedly turned up numerous pieces of foil containing heroin, as well as a crystallized substance that was identified as methamphetamine. Mills is charged with operating a vehicle without owner's consent, a second offense, controlled substance violation, possession of drug paraphernalia, false application for a license or ID card, driving while barred, and driving while revoked. If convicted on all counts, Mills could be sentenced to over 8 years in prison. The city of Coralville will be joining a nationwide People's March on Saturday. The nationwide release says the gathering is intended to, quote, show the strength of a feminist-led progressive movement, its communities and networks, and to stand up for reproductive freedoms, families, and our future, just days before the inauguration of Donald Trump. Other groups have joined as March partners, including coalitions of the Women's March, Movement for Black Lives Action, and others. The local release on the Corridor Community Action Network Facebook page says the event will begin at 9:30 Saturday morning, starting at the Coralville Public Library. Several dozen people have already RSVP'd for the event. A link to the main Facebook page is included with this story on the KCJJ app and at 1630kcjj.com. Taking a cue from President-elect Donald Trump's desire to acquire the Panama Canal, Greenland, and possibly even Canada, an Iowa state senator says he wants the state to annex some land as well. Republican Senator Mike Buzalot of Ankeny is proposing that Iowa purchase the 9 southern Minnesota counties on the state's northern border. Iowa Public Radio reports Buzalot believes Iowa isn't growing fast enough and that the area, which he says used to be a part of Iowa, is a good cultural fit. House Minority Leader Jennifer Confrist says Democrats believe buying part of Minnesota would be an inappropriate use of tax dollars and accused Buzalot of trying to gain media attention. Buzalot noted that annexation was last done in 1961 when Minnesota agreed to cede land to North Dakota because of a change in course of the Red River. Changing state borders does require an act of Congress. In sports, Brian Ferentz will be joining the Fresno State football coaching staff. That's according to a report from HawkFanatic.com. The son of Iowa head coach Kirk Ferentz spent the 2024 season as an offensive analyst for Maryland. Brian Ferentz was a member of his father's coaching staff at Iowa from 2012 to 2023, including serving as the offensive coordinator from 2017 to 2023. Ferentz was fired with 4 games left in the 2023 season, but he was allowed to coach through the season. Several Hawkeye athletic teams will be in action on Friday. At 11 o'clock, the UI swimming and diving team hosts Illinois at the Campus Recreation and Wellness Center. At 1 o'clock, the Hawkeye track and field team hosts the Hawkeye Invitational at the indoor track. At 6 o'clock, second-ranked Hawkeye Wrestling hosts Illinois at Carver Hawkeye Arena. That duel can be seen on the Big Ten Network. And at 8 o'clock, the Iowa men's basketball team plays UCLA in Southern California on FS1. We'll talk more Hawkeye sports Friday morning at 9 on the HawkFanatic.com segment right here on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. And the Iowa Heartlanders host Tahoe for 3 games this weekend. Those include Friday night at 7, Saturday night at 6, and Sunday afternoon at 4 at Extreme Arena in Coralville. For more details, go to iowaheartlanders.com. With KCJJ News, I'm Tommy Lang.
KCJJ Weather, brought to you by Plum Supply.
Plum Supply kitchens and baths. Your home never looks so beautiful.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Mostly cloudy and mild for the season, lows in the low 20s. More clouds and warmer tomorrow, highs 40 to 45 and breezy. For the weekend, much colder temperatures and a bitter breeze. With sunshine, a high around 20 Saturday, but only 5 above Sunday. Into next week, temperatures start to climb, a gradual warming trend. That's weather on the mighty 1630 KCJJ. Right now it's 31.
You're listening to Molly Suter on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Promise not to talk about TikTok for the rest of the night.
Although we might. We're playing a game, though. We're switching gears. And I was telling Cindy during the break, I think we're competing with a basketball game. And that might be why nobody's in the chat. Why our friend isn't in the chat.
He's watching Matlock.
So it truly feels like we are just talking to each other. Yeah.
Speaking of games, though, and I don't know why I just remembered this. Have we talked about doing Dungeons and Dragons on air?
No, but that's a great idea, Cindy.
We could. I mean, you need more than 2 people, right? Or can you do a campaign or whatever they call it?
I don't know.
I mean, could you figure out how to get it, like, 2 friends or 2 people in, and we could all just play?
If I could, that's a good idea.
Because you are a DM, right?
I have been a
Dungeon
DM
Master,
before, a Dungeon Master. And do you know what? My friend gave me this, like, board game last year for Christmas that's, like, a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. And I haven't played it yet because I haven't been able to play Dungeons and Dragons. I feel like that would be a good thing to start.
I mean, I played it twice, so I'm pretty good. I'm just kidding.
I would suggest like getting Amy to play, but she is now a working adult and is usually in bed by 8 or 8:30. I mean, so.
The times that I've played, it was a solid 2 hours of
right, exactly. So I will have to put feelers out. Because that would be fun.
Think about how we could make it work for air. I mean, I follow several TikTok accounts where that's all they do is play. Like, that's their thing.
Yeah, but you're right. We do need more than one player.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could, as well as DM, also play a character, but that's a lot of work for me.
Right.
And so, but yeah, that's a good idea. I like that idea.
Think about it.
We'll think about it.
Simmer. Let it simmer.
We'll let it simmer.
Meanwhile, I'll just go to Goodwill and get more games.
Maybe Tommy would want to come out and play with us.
That might be fun. Yeah. Has he ever played?
I don't know. I mean, because you and him are in the right age group.
I mean, he's a
boy. He's a boy.
And
he might
I remember
have
my
played
neighbors would not let me play because I was a girl.
Oh.
Which I'm
So
still
it's
mad about.
It's a boys club.
But then it turns out there's a lot of math involved, so.
There's not really.
You've got to, roll. I mean, you can,
okay, so there's counting involved. That's not math.
Also, you got to figure out how many sides are on each dice, which I could never. No. I'm just point at the dice that you want me to roll. Don't tell me the 20 side or the whatever.
The 20
I'll be
side,
counting.
The 20 side is so obvious because it's obviously the one with the most sides. Like, you don't even have to think about
anything below that, you got to count.
Like, it's not hard. It's not hard.
I'm
Cindy,
just saying that was a barrier for me.
Cindy, I am so worthless at math, and I'm telling you
and
that
then
it's okay.
When we had to, do our characters or whatever.
Yeah.
We had to roll a bunch of times and then add up a bunch of numbers.
Oh, yeah, but that's fun.
That's math. I'm just saying, there's math involved.
Okay, but it's like elementary, second grade math. It's like 2 + 5 math.
It was not my favorite part.
That's fair. But I will say I loved making a character and having to roll for, your dexterity, roll for intelligence, because then you get, really funny character placements. My character has a lot of dexterity, but no wisdom and no intelligence. And so, they're really sneaky, but really stupid. And that's how you get, fun, interesting character dynamics. But that is a good idea. I like that.
I'll have to find. I think I bought set of dye too. I have pink dye somewhere.
Oh,
I don't remember if I gave
used
them
to
away
have-
or I tucked them away somewhere.
I used to have like blue iridescent sparkly dice, and they were so pretty. I don't know if I still have them.
And that's another TikTok account I'm gonna miss. I haven't seen it pop
Roll
up
for
lately.
Sandwich?
No.
Oh.
No, I have seen that one.
I mean, but he's on YouTube too.
I'm not going to YouTube.
I know you said that.
I'm not
but
going to YouTube. That's not happening.
I'm
I barely got on TikTok.
I'm already on YouTube just because I used to love more long form content back when that was like all the rage, but then TikTok kind of killed it, and so
I will say this though, TikTok started out the 1 minute, and like I saw the first couple 3-minute videos.
Yeah,
that was when I first started, and I think it's pushed my attention span from 1 minute
to 3 minutes
to 10. Like
to 10,
I'll
yeah.
stay through a 10-minute video.
Okay, well then.
Like that one
YouTube-
guy, that
YouTube
Robbie
is-
that I was talking about, he does 10-minute videos.
YouTube is no different than.
Well, I'm not doing YouTube. I'm just not doing YouTube. I don't like the way it's organized. I cannot figure out how to save my stuff in a way that like will remind me like I've already seen that episode. I don't want to like everything just doesn't seem like it's organized very well.
Maybe not intuitive.
It's not. And
Yeah.
if it doesn't hit, I mean, that's the thing about TikTok. I didn't have to think about it. It just told me what to watch.
Right, exactly. That's why.
And it was right every single time.
And the algorithm is so good on TikTok. It's just like there's nothing else like it.
I'm not even
It's
scared by it. Like
too
everyone's
good.
always scared. Like, oh, I just talked about getting linoleum for the kitchen, and now Facebook has ads for linoleum.
I think
That doesn't scare me on TikTok.
That's a little creepy, though. I hate when that happens.
I know, but like I don't. That happens on TikTok all the time, and I don't. I'm like, even when we're talking to other people, I'm like, just say that closer to my phone so that it'll show up on my FYP
Right,
tonight.
exactly. No, we've tested that out with my friend, my male friend. We were talking about like ads showing up as you're talking about them, and so we were talking about like girly brands like Victoria's Secret, Aerie, American Eagle, and sure enough, like he got a Victoria's Secret ad.
Yeah, so why aren't we banning Facebook when it's obviously listening?
Because he's a billionaire, Cindy, and they can
I'm
do
just
whatever
going
they
to go on record
want.
to say that I apologize for standing him so much. I was his number one fan.
You were?
I loved Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh no,
He was my boy.
I never liked him.
And now I'm like, I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah. It's called growth.
I have a Facebook tattoo. That's how much I loved Facebook.
No,
Yeah.
you do? Where?
It's on the back of my. It has gone down somehow. It used to be right at the base of my neck, and now it's like I swear it's like practically in the middle of my back. Not that
Skin
line.
does that.
It's sagged quite a bit.
It's losing the elasticity.
And it's faded quite a bit to the point where I really do need to get it done over. Like I'm gonna have to get it over. But
replace
it's
it.
just like the number one sign for like adding a friend. That number one, and then my signature tattoo has always been a daisy of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a little daisy design on the outside of it.
cute.
So I think I might just do a spray of flowers or something on the back of my neck at some point when I go.
Great. All right. Do you want to start this game?
Yes. The game is called Name 5.
This has been 10 minutes and we've already talked about TikTok again.
No more.
Okay. Well, I can go first. So.
There's no rules.
Cindy, name 5 high school cliques.
The cheerleaders, the jocks, the I don't know what they call them nowadays. The nerds, the geeks,
nerds, geeks.
And the how many is that?
3.
3? Oh shoot. The band geek or the band heads.
Okay.
Specifically marching band heads.
Okay.
And God, what are like the dirt bags? That's not a very nice.
What do you mean?
Like the people that are
like the bullies?
No, they're like the people that just don't really do anything. They just are kind of slackers.
Slackers.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. I would have gone.
And the motorheads. You can't forget
What are the motorheads?
The guys that hang out in the like with the cars. Like you went to City High. They had a whole parking lot where the people that hung out with the auto shop area.
Oh, that's the faculty lot now.
Oh.
Or at least it was when I was there. Again, it's been...
Because we had the pot lot and we had the jock lot.
Okay, the jock lot is still the jock lot, or at least it was when I was there. Again, I was there. I graduated almost 16 years ago now.
It's been a little bit longer for me.
Oh no! Oh, I don't like saying that.
Holy crap! I think it's been 30 years.
Oh
my god! We just had a reunion too. I think this last summer.
So you're a class of '89, right?
Yeah, has it been 30 years?
99, 09,
35
19,
years.
35 years.
Holy buckets!
Well, anyway, I would have said druggies. I would have said, like musical theater people.
I don't know if we had those in our
I guess
crowd.
you could lump those in with band. You could lump like all those people in with like music,
right,
and or theater nerds, because like they were pretty much
the same group.
Yeah. Anyway,
if you go to a big enough school, that's one thing I liked about my kids going to a smaller school. There's a lot of overlap.
Oh yeah.
So like, if you're in the football team, you could also be in the play.
Well, I mean,
because they didn't have enough people to go around.
We had that too. I mean, there was a guy who was on the football team, and he was also in a show choir, and like he was a very popular guy. And not only that, he was nice.
Aww.
He was like nice to people. So that's the good kind of popular guy. There are definitely some people who are not nice at all, and they were still considered like popular just because they had a lot of friends, or they were like on a team.
What group were you?
Oh, I was a nerd.
I don't think I was in a group. Like I sort of floated. I wasn't friends with anybody, but like we weren't in a group. We didn't.
Do you know what? I was talking to my friend who I recently reconnected with. We were like acquaintances in high school, and then we're better friends now as an adult. But like I was asking him, I'm like, in high school, like how did you perceive me? Like, was I like a nerd to you or what? He's like, I don't know if I would classify you as that. Like, you weren't quite a nerd. You weren't quite anything. He's like, how did you perceive me? And I'm like, you weren't quite a popular guy, but you were well liked, and I would have regarded you like higher on the food chain than me. And so it was an interesting conversation about how people perceive other people.
I guess I've never asked that question to people. Like, what did you think of me?
I have only asked him.
Oh,
and I'm
afraid to ask that question.
And I wonder how other people perceived me too. If you went to school with me, please let us know.
Do not tell me. I don't want to know.
If you went to school with me, let me know.
I think I was pretty nondescript. Like I wasn't really in the band. I wasn't really a cheerleader. I had a group of friends, but we were friends that kind of, like, one was a cheerleader, one was a sports person, and like,
well, see,
we were the leftovers, maybe.
I had friends that were in more jockey spaces too. I also had another one, like emo goth kids. I had a lot of friends that were in that scene. I just wasn't. No, I think I was firmly in nerds just because I read a lot and people are always trying to copy off me on tests.
I mean, I definitely didn't get invited to the cool parties. Until like later on.
I did not go to any high school parties. I was in bed by 9:30 every single night by choice. Like I was a
Everyone
square.
thought you were a teacher. That's what.
I was a square. No, I had a guy friend of mine go to Regina, and he was talking about parties, and I'm like, oh, I've never been to a party, and like I was just saying that as like a statement. I wasn't trying to angle for an invite or whatever, which is definitely how he took it though. And he's like, oh, I would invite you, but like I know you don't drink, and there's a lot of drinking going on. And I'm like, oh, is that why? People just think I wouldn't be cool with like other people drinking around me. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. But I guess I could have gone to Regina parties, but if I wasn't gonna drink, like, I don't think I would have enjoyed being there, watching all of my other like peers getting drunk.
Well, it's funny that Regina parties are the big drinking parties.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's
for anyone who's listening that doesn't know, Regina's the Catholic school.
Oh yeah. I mean, that doesn't surprise me though. Like,
no, it doesn't. They were always
religious kids.
The boys were cuter in Regina. I'll just say that, at least in my grade. the boys were
well,
cuter.
see, I
at
wouldn't really
Regina.
know. I had that one guy friend, and he was cute-ish, but he wasn't like. I wouldn't say he was cuter than any of the guys I went to school
I
with.
only knew Regina people because I was Catholic and had to go to catechism.
Church with them, yeah.
Catechism every Wednesday, and before many of them went to regular grade schools and then went to junior high school, Regina.
Mm-hmm.
So I would run into the people that, like I knew people from 5th or 6th grade catechism that went on to Regina and remembered who they were when they were in high school. I'm like, oh,
hey,
Regina boys are cuter, but
I think that was maybe not stereotype. Maybe that's not the word I'm looking for. But I think that was the thing when my mom was at City High too. Like the cool girls had Regina boyfriends,
right. I mean, I never had a Regina boyfriend.
Because it was exclusive.
I always wanted a Regina boyfriend, but
did you?
No, I didn't really. I wasn't that popular.
I wasn't either. Anyway, you asked me one.
I think this is meant for you.
Okay.
Bands named after animals. I wouldn't even know where to begin. The Who?
Like named after owls?
An owl.
Oh gosh.
There's bands named after animals.
Yes, there are. There are a billion, I'm sure. Oh my gosh.
This can be a partner. We can both do it.
I mean, can I cheat and just search our database?
The Birds.
The Birds, yes.
With a Y, right?
The Beatles.
The Beatles.
It's spelled different, but they're named after the Beatles. Def Leppard. Spelled different.
Very good. That's a good one.
Oh, this is
Queen.
This is
Queen
embarrassing.
Bee.
No.
I'm only saying that because I saw a clip from that. I really need to watch that biopic again.
Oh yeah,
the one with
that was a good one.
in it.
Is there one called like the cats or the dogs or? I'm sure there are, but
the Pound. No.
This is
have no idea. It is embarrassing for you.
Yeah,
it's not embarrassing for me because I don't even know. There's a song playing when I was working, and I'm like, "Oh, who sings this?" And my client was like, "Taylor Swift." I'm like, "I knew that." I thought it sounded familiar.
What song was it?
I can't even remember what was off of her new album, and I'm like, I should have
Yeah.
known because after she said that, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I remember."
I mean, it was probably "I Can Do It with a Broken Heart" because that's the only single.
It was playing on the Muzak at Hy-Vee North Dodge, in case anyone was wondering. But anyway, or at least back in the kitchen it was.
Anyway, if my dad is listening, I don't think he is, but if he is, he's screaming at the, at the radio. I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. So we've got 3.
Is there a vulture? Is there?
Oh.
I'm gonna cheat. Do you want me to cheat?
Okay. I'm just gonna look at. Oh, A Flock of Seagulls.
Very good.
A Flock of Seagulls. I didn't even have to cheat. That just came to me. One more. I need one more.
I'm embarrassed. Oh God, I'm embarrassed now. Stray Cats.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten that.
That's from my era. The Monkeys.
Oh, the Monkeys. Duh. Oh my gosh.
Arctic Monkeys, which I do not know.
Duh. Oh, Gorillas. Okay, I got it. I got 5. I got Gorillas on my own.
Three Dog Night. White Snake. How did I not? Counting Crows.
Oh, duh.
There's a bunch I don't recognize.
Counting Crows would have been a good one.
There's a bunch I don't recognize. The Turtles. Oh.
No, I don't know that one.
Alien Ant Farm. Is that like a popular?
No, I don't know it. Okay, but I got it because I got Gorillas on my own. So
Very good.
Got it. Okay. Let's.
I kind of like this game.
Yeah, I do too. Let's see. Name 5 talk show hosts.
Springer, Jerry Springer, Oprah, Kelly Clarkson, the guy on the Tonight Show, what's his name? The guy with the red hair.
Could be past or present.
Bob Hope. No, he was not a...
The one you're thinking of is Conan O'Brien.
Conan O'Brien. And not Will Ferrell, but the... I'm making this way too hard. There's a guy named... I'm thinking of a really old one.
You can... Yeah.
Mike Douglas. Which is slightly,
That
like,
means-
almost before my time.
That means nothing to me. I don't know who
he's
that
a
is.
He was a big deal. Mike Douglas back in the day.
I was not...
I'm actually aging myself a little
part
bit
of that,
older. I was
though.
just a little tiny kid when I remember seeing Mike Douglas.
Right. Yeah, and
the
so
Tonight
that was
Show
way,
with
that was way before
Johnny
my time.
Carson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can name all the old ones.
I mean,
No, I
it
can't,
doesn't say modern. It just says name 5.
Did I get 5?
Yes.
Okay.
You got 5. You're good.
Stephen King novels.
Okay. 11/23/63. Carrie. The Stand. Was Pet Sematary him?
Yep.
And then Doctor Sleep.
I haven't read that one.
I haven't either, but there we go. 5.
Very good. That
Thank
was
you.
quick. You redeemed yourself.
Yay! Okay. Let's look.
I've got a good one, though.
Okay, but name 5 ferocious felines or great cats, like big cats.
Tiger, leopard, lion, lemur.
No,
Is lemur?
lemurs are monkeys.
Liger.
Sure.
Is that a real thing, or is
Yes.
that made up?
No, ligers are real.
And panther. Did I
All
say
right.
panther already?
No.
Okay.
You said leopard. So you're good.
I know my big cats. I'm no Taylor Swift when it comes to listing cats, but
Oh my gosh, yeah, she's great.
this is kind of hard, though, but I thought it was funny because I know we've talked about this.
Okay.
Movies about time travel.
Ooh,
What's your very first one?
I love time travel. Movies? I mean,
Your very first time travel movie should be that movie with Christopher Reeves in it.
Somewhere in Time. I love Somewhere in Time. Yes, you're right.
Sorry, that was cheating to
time
hint, but
Time Traveler's Wife. About Time. Back to the Future.
Good.
And then Back to the Future 2.
That's cheating. It can't be the sequels.
Okay. Let me think. Bill and Ted's Big Adventure.
Very good.
I love time travel as a concept, like in movies and
I
shows.
love it,
and
but then
in
it gets too
books.
complicated.
See,
It's too complicated.
I kind of like it though. I kind of like the lore, like especially it's what I've missed in Outlander, and I love that this season has gone back to its roots, kind of with the time travel thing. Because like for a long time, they were focusing on like the characters, like their lives in America, and like leaning more toward the history, the historical drama side of it, and which I still like. But as a concept, I'm much more fascinated with time travel, and so I love that they've kind of gone back to that.
I need to. My oldest is watching that too. She's really loving it. I've told her, I'm like, you need to read the books because the books are so much better. But
there's a lot more in the books.
Yeah.
Like I know that there's a lot in the. I mean, obviously they're tomes, right? And so you can't fit everything into.
well,
the
that one
show.
book was like super duper long. Like the last one, I think it was. It was. I remember when it came out, I went, "Oh my gosh, I'm never going to finish that." But I did. I don't even remember how it ends though, so I have to start watching the show because I'm not sure. I can't remember how it ended.
Okay, how about actors with red hair? Name 5.
I don't know their names though. I don't know the actors' names. The guy in Harry Potter,
Rupert
played
Grint.
Ron Weasley.
Rupert Grint.
The guy, the two guys who played Wesley or whatever his name is, the twins,
Fred and
the
George.
brothers. They had red hair.
I think their names are. Oh gosh, don't remember. Oh, Oliver Phelps and his brother. I'm not sure.
I know that's cheating.
So, oh wait, no. Okay, so
And
Oliver Phelps.
okay,
and
just
who-
the whole, all of the redheads in Harry Potter. There's like 8 of them.
James and Oliver Phelps. That's Fred and George.
I can't even say Jamie off of Outlander.
No,
he's
because
not really
he's
a redhead.
blonde in real life. Yeah.
Oh, is it actors you said, or
Yes, actors.
The guy who he's a singer, but he acted in Game of Thrones.
Oh,
he was in that boy band.
No,
he's friends with Taylor Swift.
No, he was not in a boy band.
Oh, what?
He was just friends with One Direction, and he wrote for them. He wasn't in the band.
What's his name?
Ed Sheeran.
Him.
Yes.
He's got red hair.
Yes, he does.
I know everything about him except for his name.
Except for his name. Okay, one more. Give me one more.
One more redhead. You know, as much as I like redheaded men, I really don't know a lot of them. Oh, Carrot Top.
Is he an actor? I mean, I know he's a comedian.
He's primarily a comedian, but he's been in shows.
Do you know? Yeah, whatever. I'll allow it.
He's a special guest.
I'll allow
for
it.
Sure.
You got it.
If Love Boat was still around, he would be a regular on that. I guarantee you.
All right, it's your turn.
Do you want an easy one or a harder one?
Give me an easy one.
That one's way too easy. Some of these are not very easy, are they?
Some of them are like impossible, and I guess it just depends on who you're playing with. Because it's like name 5 mathematical equations, and I'm just like, no, we're not.
I know
doing
some
that.
of them are like.
I have name 5 mollusks. What
are those, like snails?
They're like shelled creatures. Yeah. Anyway, what did you want to ask me?
5 ways to score points in football. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I know a few. Touchdown, field goal.
Is there a 3-point?
Yeah, there's like
that's basketball.
A 2-point. No, there's like a touchback. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Just dressing really nice. Are there any points? You get points for dressing nice when you're showing hogs. Why wouldn't you get points for dressing nice?
Well, everyone's wearing the same
game.
thing. Everyone's wearing the
Do
same
you get points
thing.
for tackling people?
No. What's the category? Give me the category.
That was the category.
No, it was
ways
not.
Yeah, ways to make points in a football game.
That was the easy one?
No, that wasn't the easy one. But, oh, you'll like this one. Actors who dance.
Actors or actresses?
I think actors is probably more of a...
General. Okay. Addison Rae, because she got her start on TikTok, actually. And she's broken into acting and music. Sabrina Carpenter, she dances. She was in a Netflix movie about dancing. Jordan Fisher, he's an actor. He's a musician. He dances. Let's go old school with Fred Astaire. And then...
Why aren't you saying Anthony Bridgerton?
Jonathan Bailey.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my number 5, Jonathan Bailey.
I thought that would be your first.
No, that's not who I think of when I think of dancing.
I'm still amazed that he's that talented.
Well, I mean, people who go to like drama school or like from an early age are like really into drama. They have to get into everything, like not only acting but dancing and singing and maybe some of the technical side as well. So yeah, if you go to a school for like the performing arts, like you learn all of it.
Yeah. Did he go to performing arts school then?
I believe so. I mean, for sure, for like his college era or like
it was
university.
money well spent. I'll say that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure if he went to like a performing arts high school in the UK either. I know they exist, but I don't know if he did. Oh, here, let me find one for you.
These are kind of fun.
Okay. Name 5 gifts for a man.
Gifts like to give to a man?
Yes, gifts for a man.
I'll run down the list of things I bought my dad. Flashlights.
Okay.
Cashews.
Okay.
Like, if you go to, like, the section of, like, gifts in Walmart, like, they have a section of, like, those weird gadgets that have, like, 10 little gadgets on it. Not like a Swiss Army knife, but something similar to that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really good gift for a dude. Gloves and hat set.
Oh, I would count those as 2. You got it.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it. We did it.
Gift certificates.
Oh, well, that's good for everyone.
I know, but it's especially good for a dude. I don't like shopping for dudes.
I mean, gloves and hats. Do you know, for Christmas and his birthday, my dad is not, like, hard to shop for because, like, everyone just gives him Hawkeye stuff and he likes it, but unless you want to just give him Hawkeye stuff all the time, like, it's harder to come up with things for him than it is for Amy. Like, I am always having to stop myself buying things for Amy just because I know her so well, you know? Hello, you're on the air.
Anything bacon for a man.
Bacon?
Absolutely.
As a gift? Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
Men and women.
Yeah, as a gift. Oh, wait, that actually reminds me. One of my friends wanted to give our guy friend a gift for his birthday a few years ago. And so she Googled, what present should I give my male friend? And Google said, something practical. So she gave him a head of broccoli. And he was like, he enjoyed it. He was genuinely touched. He was like, I'll use this. Thank you. Oh my God. So I'm like, that's so funny. I think she also gave him a volleyball because he wanted to play volleyball with all of us. And so that was a good gift too. But a head of broccoli because it was something practical. It's
KCJJ
so
fan
funny.
is in the KCJJ app.
Oh, he's in the app finally.
It says at 8:04 p.m.
Oh.
I'm assuming that's today.
Oh, yeah, so he's been in... he joined us this hour, then. Not last hour. Yeah. What is he saying? Oh, hi, Molly and Cindy. I'm gaming. Oh, my goodness. We got a gamer.
Name 5 games. No.
Whose turn is it? Oh, yeah, it's your turn to ask me.
Kinds of balls.
Soccer balls. Basketballs. Footballs. Tennis balls. Cheese balls.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yay, that's
and
5.
testicles. We're going to say that.
Testicles. Sure. That's too easy. I don't want to give you that
but it
one.
was funny. I really just wanted to say balls.
Okay, I could be mean and give you the name 5 Central American countries, but I'm not going to.
Uruguay, Paraguay. Are those 2 of them?
Yeah.
Do you know how I know those?
No.
Those are the 2 countries that were recommended to travel to if you want to get out of the United States because they're good for...
Oh, you mean move to?
Yeah.
Okay.
Travel to permanently.
Travel to permanently. Okay. This has the potential to be a funny one. Name 5 reasons to miss a day of work.
If you're sick.
Mm-hmm.
Funeral.
Right.
Just because. Mental health day.
Yes, absolutely.
If you've got concert tickets somewhere and you need to get there early.
Oh, that's me. I'm literally taking 2 days off next week to go to a concert
What
in
concert
Chicago.
are you going to?
Kelsey Ballerini.
I have no idea.
She's a country artist.
Ah.
It's in Chicago.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
And if your kids are sick.
Yay.
Is that 5?
No, that's 4.
And If you're working your other job.
I thought you were going to be like, in case Game of Thrones comes back on the air.
At my old office, I remember telling people that if this didn't end up happening, but at the time, Big Bang Theory, I wasn't able to watch it because I didn't have regular cable, and there wasn't a good streaming. Like, it wasn't streaming anywhere.
But back in the day.
Anywhere. This is not that long ago, too. It was just like 5 years ago. And I remember telling my coworkers that when Big Bang Theory finally gets released on, like, Netflix or something, I'm just going to call in for the week and watch the whole thing. I never did do that, but now that I can watch it on Max.
Fun.
But
that would be funny, though. I mean, I know people who take the day off, like, when an album releases. Like, if Taylor Swift releases an album, like, people will take off that Friday just to listen to it. Or, like, a season of a TV show, they'll just take it off and watch it.
I listened to Taylor Swift's album at work that day. I didn't take the day off, though.
Right. But I feel like a lot of people like to really dissect it and spend time with it and, things like that. I guess that's mostly an example for, like, TV shows, though. Like, if Netflix drops another season of Bridgerton, like, someone would take the day off work just to binge it all. I don't want to watch it all in one day. I would do it all in, like, 3 days, but I don't like watching a whole season in one day. I've done that before with Parks and Rec, and I don't remember anything about season 5.
That's how I'm at, too, yeah. That's why. I mean, that's why I kind of like the old, like, once a week drop, because you really get to marinate on each episode.
Yeah.
But I also hate waiting. I hate waiting.
Right. I don't like waiting. I feel like I like it when they drop it all at once, so I can pace myself how I want to pace myself, and it's typically done within 1 week. And I can still, like, get in on the Twitter discourse or TikTok discourse about it. But yeah, I don't like doing it in one day. Anyway, yeah.
I just don't have self-control, so I have to.
Right.
I watch it till I fall asleep, and then I finish. Is it my turn? Mm-hmm. Professional athletes whose legal issues made the news.
What? Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Well, that was a cheating scandal. Is that legal?
I mean, he got divorced over it.
He got divorced. Yeah, you're right. Oh gosh.
He also got into like a drunk driving incident, I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh, did he? I don't know if I can.
Can this be a joint one?
Sure.
Michael Vick. Wasn't he the one that had the dogs that were fighting each other?
I don't know.
I cannot tell you what kind of athlete he is, though. I think he was a football player.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to be any help on this one. I got Tiger Woods. That's it. I'm trying to think of, like, I can think of, like, non-legal scandals, but, like, or noteworthy news stories, like Kobe Bryant dying, but, like, I can't think of legal battles.
Well, he got into the news for a legal battle when he cheated. Wasn't he the one that cheated?
But did Kobe Bryant cheat?
And gave his wife a really big ring, and she stuck around. Which
I don't know.
They almost divorced. That's illegal.
The basketball game ended. Now we're getting calls. Hello, you're on the air.
That was Michael Vick with the dog fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what sport was he?
Football.
Football.
Okay, so you were right. Look at you, Cindy.
Steve went on about him for months and months and months.
Oh, did he? Oh, no. Well,
I'm guessing Steve was not a fan.
Well, dog fighting's
He's not a good
person. So.
No.
All right. Well, thank you.
I want to make sure you knew it wasn't Tiger Woods.
No, we did not confuse those two.
No, we didn't.
No.
I didn't think it was Tiger Woods. I just knew that he cheated.
Indeed.
I did.
All right.
I said
Bye.
Michael Vick.
All right. Bye.
Just for the record, I did say Michael Vick.
I know you did.
Okay. I'm trying to think of other
I can't think of anything.
Most of the athletes I know are involved in reality TV somehow.
Right, like they're married to Kardashians or something.
So that Chris guy, he was involved in a legal thing. He was a sports person.
Chris who? Humphries?
Kim Kardashian's
Chris Humphries.
second or third husband, whichever he was. I forget which one he was. The second one.
Second one. Because I think the third one was Kanye.
She's only been married 3 times.
I think so. Yeah.
I would have guessed it was more than that.
I think she's only been married 3 times. I mean, she's not Elizabeth Taylor.
I was trying to explain Elizabeth Taylor to my youngest because she loves Elizabeth Taylor perfume.
Mm-hmm.
I always call it old lady perfume, but like old ladies smell good. They smell like powder. You know, they smell good. And I was trying to explain because she was looking her up. She's like, oh yeah, she had really pretty eyes. And, you know, she was like gorgeous back in the day, wasn't she? I'm like, yeah, she was like married like 7 times.
To the same dude.
I think twice they married.
Yes. Twice to.
But all
him.
the other ones were different. She had quite a tumultuous love life.
Have you read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo? Because she was, well, it's a fiction story, but it's definitely based on her because she's been married 7 times.
Yeah.
But it's a good book, and I do recommend it. It was like really popular about 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Oh my goodness, we've never had so many calls. Hello, you're on the air.
To be clear, Tiger Woods was a cheater. That's why his wife beat him with a golf club.
Oh, I don't remember that. I mean, I
remember
remember
she came out and swung at him. Oh my gosh. Obviously, they're divorced now, but
right.
Yeah, because I think he married the nanny.
She beat him with a golf club.
I think he was cheating with the nanny at one point, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's who he cheated with. I don't know if they married after that, though. I think he was just trying to have his cake and eat it too, you know? Whose turn is it? Oh, we're still doing the athletes.
We can
can we abandon this?
I thought that would be more of a
question?
Conversation starter, which it was.
It was, but I just don't know many athletes who had legal battles. I imagine there's a lot, but I can't think of them because I'm not much of a sports gal. Okay, let me.
I'm not going to ask you this one, but characters from Lord of the Rings.
Bilbo, Frodo.
I'm surprised you knew
Legolas.
Who's the one with the
Samwise and who's that?
Who's the one that?
Pretty,
my pretty.
Smeagol. Oh my god, I got it! I got the 5.
You go, girl. We have to watch the movie.
No, I watched the first one when I was a kid. It was boring, and then I gave it another chance as an adult. Still found it boring. I don't think it's for me.
It is boring.
I don't think it's
spoiler alert. It's very boring. They get the ring.
What?
They get the
spoiler
ring. Spoiler
alert. Well, okay, but the first one, it's just their journey to Mount Doom.
It's just like
the nothing
3 hours of walking.
Literally nothing happens.
And they keep talking about second breakfast, but you don't really see a lot of food in the whole movie, if I remember correctly.
No. It's just there
should have been more food.
I feel like the second one is probably more action-packed, but I don't want to watch it.
I think there's like fairies
like
and stuff like that in the second one. Isn't there? Isn't that when all the
I know that there's one
wilderness.
There's one in the first one. Liv Tyler plays her. She's like a fountain fairy.
Yeah.
I don't remember what her deal was, but I do remember her being in it. Anyway, let's do famous sidekicks. Name 5.
Robin.
Yes. I think like he is the example of that.
Sidekicks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't think he would consider himself a sidekick, but David Spade to the guy who played Tommy, the big guy. He always played a sidekick to Chris. like Tommy Boy.
I haven't seen Tommy Boy. I mean, but I believe you though.
But they were in a bunch of movies together, and it was always the Chris Farley and David Spade. Okay. I would consider David Spade the sidekick in that.
I'll count
in that
it.
Situation.
I'll allow it.
I'm trying to think of like the superhero duos that have sidekicks.
Batman and Robin.
There really isn't a lot of.
Does Superman have one?
No. Oh. Lois Lane, but that's
his girlfriend.
Oh, maybe Jimmy, the newspaper photographer, is his sidekick.
I don't know who that is. I'm gonna go old school and say Sancho Panza from Don Quixote.
Oh, I don't know.
It's a really, really old.
Well, then
old
what
story.
about Trigger and the Lone Ranger and Trigger? Trigger is not the sidekick, but Kimosabi is. Okay.
All right, we got it.
That's not his name. Who was the Indian name?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Sidekick. Like Bill and Ted, was one of them a sidekick?
I think they were equally partners.
Okay. Then that has me stumped.
Maybe Ted, just because his name is second. Ted.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's the sidekick. Let's do it. And who's that other? Ferris Bueller and his friend. His friend's name.
I should know this because I just literally saw the Goldbergs episode that was kind of riffing on the whole thing, and I don't remember the guy's name. Maynard or something like that.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Him.
And did you ever watch that movie?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know this, but
I watched
supposedly
it 2 summers ago.
There was a theory floating around that the Ferris Bueller wasn't actually a person, that it was actually a figment of the other friend's imagination because
Maynard?
he had, whatever his name was.
Whatever.
That he just sort of thought up Ferris Bueller as sort of a way to cope with an oppressive home life, basically.
He was also sick, and so it could have been like a fever dream.
Exactly. I never had heard that theory even back in the day when, I think I saw that movie a million times. Back when HBO would constantly stream it.
I don't know if it's so much a theory, like that's what the filmmakers were going for, but just like a cool thing somebody came up with.
Yeah.
Like a headcanon.
Yeah. I didn't even know that until they were talking about it on the Goldbergs. I'm like, oh, I never thought of it that way.
I mean, I guess I've only seen it once, and it was okay. I could take or leave some of those 80s movies. I love The Breakfast Club, but like the rest of them by John Hughes,
I will always forever love the girlfriend's outfit when she wore like the little skirt and then the cowboy boots.
Yeah,
with the
outfit,
fringe. Oh my God,
was
that was to die for.
Yeah, her fashion was awesome.
Yeah. I don't think you would know that one.
Ooh.
Some of these, like, you really have to think hard to come up with them. They seem like they'd be really easy.
Yeah. Like, I thought that sidekick one was going to be easier than it was.
I think this one will be easy, but who knows? Movie villains.
Okay. Darth Vader. Scar.
From
Lion King.
Lion King.
Hades. Maleficent. I could just go through the Disney ones.
Movie villains that are not cartoons.
Oh, no, wait. Then I'm done. Hey, I got it. You didn't give that caveat until I was already saying Ursula, so I got it.
But are they villains or are they just misunderstood?
Oh, shut up. No, they're villains.
That's my favorite story.
They're villains.
It's like I loved the Maleficent movie where it's like,
I haven't seen it.
Oh gosh, it's good.
No, I stopped watching a lot of the Disney stuff. a while ago. But if it's good enough, I might.
I really liked it. I think I've seen that movie twice, actually. I liked it so much.
I do know the fun fact of there was a baby that, I think it was in Maleficent 2 or something, that Angelina was acting opposite a baby, but the baby was, like, afraid of her. And so they substituted, like, her own kid, who was a baby at the time, like, in the scene, because the baby's not going to be afraid of its mom, you know? So I think it's her youngest daughter, whatever her name is. And it was so long ago that, like...
Name her kids. There's 5 of them, aren't there?
There are, yeah. I think her...
Jolie. No.
I think...
Shiloh's one of them.
Shiloh. There's... yeah, name 5 of
Angelina's kids.
So there's Maddox. He's the first one. Pax. Oh, I forgot her daughter's name, the one that she adopted from Africa.
And there's a set of twins.
Yeah, I think it's Knox and Vivian are the twins.
That doesn't even sound familiar to me, so I must not have ever known their names.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh gosh, I don't remember her other daughter's name.
Or we can name 5 Kardashians.
Kim.
Kardashian Kenner or Jenner.
Or so Kim, Kylie, Kendall, Chris, Caitlyn.
Caitlyn is the
So I got
mom.
him. Yeah.
Oh, I was talking about the kids. Okay, never mind though.
Oh, okay.
That works too. Though.
Well, Chris is the mom.
I wasn't
too,
so specific.
Well. Everything I know about the Kardashians is against my will, by the way.
I have watched every single episode.
Do we think this is the same caller from before? Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, guys, I thought I'd toss one out for you.
All right.
Five things you hide in your house.
Oh.
Thanks for the show.
On purpose that we hide?
Hide in your house.
Or that we've organized it in a way that we cannot find it. So
I think it's like purposely hide it.
Oh.
Like money. You hide money. A gun.
Yeah.
Like from your kids.
I don't hide this, but I put it in a place that's safe, like birth certificates, all of our like important papers.
Sure. Yeah. Like
important
paperwork. We can do that. Like chocolate in case. Oh, Christmas presents.
Yeah.
From your kids. Or like, I'm gonna say like snacks you don't want other people eating. All right, we got
dog toys too, because I have to hide him from Moose.
Oh yes. Otherwise, he'll get into them.
Yeah, he has the self-control of his mother.
All right, let's do one more. I'll give one to you. Name 5 mythical creatures.
Unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Wyvern.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what most dragons are, by the way.
Oh.
There's a difference between a dragon and a wyvern. Loch Ness Monster.
She's real, Cindy. Don't you be disrespecting Nessie now.
The Bigfoot.
All right, yay!
Yes!
You got it. We got it.
Mermaids.
Yes. Did you know, like, the mermaid myth existed just because, like, when men would be lost at sea, or, like, at sea for weeks, months at a time without seeing their wives or a human female, a manatee, like, coming out of the water would look like a woman to them, like, from afar. And I'm just like, what? They do have human-looking knees. I will say that.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
No, I have not.
Oh my gosh. They look like human knees. But, like, a manatee? A human woman? They don't look anything alike.
I guess it depends on the woman, but...
I guess, yeah. But yeah, it's hard to believe sometimes. It's like, really? Only takes a few weeks, and then you're just like, oh, look at that pretty lady, and it's manatee.
I'd be interested to find, like, if we could go back in history and just change it so that women were the ones that are out on the sea the whole time and see what happens. I don't think we would have mermaid.
No. Although, but maybe mermaids exist.
Maybe
they're
not very practical, though.
Maybe
like,
they're
how do they
Loch Ness with Nessie.
I just need to know how they procreate because I'm not quite sure how that all functions.
I feel like maybe they have a hidden pocket in their scales.
And by pocket, you mean?
I meant an actual pocket in the scale to conceal their genitalia, Cindy. Actually, that's what I meant.
They just stuck it away.
Well, maybe.
It don't make no sense.
I don't know.
Unicorns make sense.
Yeah, unicorns are just horses with like extra
extra weapon,
extra horn growing out. There are animals that have horns growing out of their heads. Like, unicorn is not at all far-fetched.
No.
It's not at all far-fetched. No. It's very... Anyway. We're going to stop the show for tonight. Thank you very much for listening to us. And unless there's, like, a game or something next week, maybe you want to come in again. But I'll let you know. You're listening to the Mighty 1630 KCJJ. Have a good night, everybody.
From the Hertine and Stocker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the Mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Hertine and Stocker.